Greetings, beautiful souls. Let's share about the energies of Pleiadian alignment that happens in May, from the May 15th to the May 23rd. Now, if you follow me for a while, you know that this alignment happens every single year. And it offers us this opportunity to plant the new energy, to plant new intentions, to plant what it is that we would like to see happen in this world and with us. And because we're planting the new energies, it also allows us for a change of our energy, right? So we can harvest it and collect it. And especially that harvest time or collecting time comes in the November, but then comes the second Pleiadian alignment, sort of almost fulfillment of this cycle. It comes into November from the 15th to the 23rd. So let's focus on the May energy right now. This time that we are going through, we will be working on anchoring of new intergalactic codes for the humanity, and of course that all comes to ourselves as well. So before I share all this message with you, let's just center, let's take a few deep breaths, let's share the language of light, let's really invite it, all these beings here with us, to guide us how to do this. Now, it's not only that you hear the message from me, but if you would like to connect with your soul family, and especially with your star soul family, all you have to do is just to ask for it, allow them to connect with you, call upon them, and they will guide you through this phenomenal wake of energies. And of course, if you want them to stay with you and guide you for the longer part of the journey, you can definitely ask for it. I know that some of you have already great communication and established rapport with your guides, and some of you are still searching. So let's give it a try together. All right, let's center. Put your hands on your heart, whichever way you want, touching your heart in the prayer position, kind of like feeling your heart. The touch is important, because touch creates a heart and mind connection. And I'll a little bit later explain to you why this is so important right now. And of course, this is another new thing that I came up with, or the Pleiadians tell me is the well known and the research fact in this world. So let's begin. Let's just center in the energy. Let's take a deep breath in and release all the air out. Let's take another deep breath in. And let go of all your worry and all your expectations. And let's take one more deep breath in. And out. Siana kia leanata sa. Elavion ti neaka haleasa anatate. And if you would like to connect with your star family, just express it now. Ask for it in your mind or out loud, and allow for any impression come back to you. Esia won to you aniakala nase. Alavion tiachala sun to you aniakala. Tion tela siun tiakakaha. Elavon siuniha. L'avion allera qui l'avion. Hello, si, Hana. Okay. I hope you can feel this beautiful feeling of the unconditional love from our star families, and they support and the guidance and the constant presence among us. So let's share a little bit more about this Pleiadian alignment. This year there's a very unique energy. We are in the year of the 2020. We step into a new decade. Now, Many channelers, me included, have shared that we are stepping in these windows of the open possibilities, in the window of the abundance, in the window of unpredicted times. Now, of course, I'll be seeing, some of these windows and ways and the possibility may be a little bit chaotic, and some of them can be absolutely fabulous. We just have to learn to navigate through these new, let's say, waters. It's like we were given the ships and we just learn to pull up our sails, and we know that we come to the part of our life where we cannot keep blowing at those sails just with our breath, because we lose the breath and we feel absolutely spent and tired and exhausted, and out of that spurred a lot of anxiety and frustration and playing down anger that we can't do it. So we have to learn a new ways. We have to learn to open our sails, and we have to learn to tune in with the wind that will blow into your sails. And all you have to do is to really navigating your ship into the right direction, where you would like to go, or follow the guidance where it is the best to go. There are many ways on this journey. There are many ways to reach the point where would you like to be. Now, there are not many written books about what is ahead of us. What are the blueprints for this? We do not really know. As many of you who channel, who tune into energy, you're realizing that sometimes the information about what's coming next come only few days ahead. And then you kind of says, okay, I have to adjust to it and I have to do it. You know that there are huge ups and downs depending on where you were on your journey. If you work for it, and literally in our group, it started with a year 1, and now we are in the year 4, the abundance. It takes a while for the, in the year for the new beginning, learn to make choices, create a powerful catalysis in your life for the change, and navigating through that energy of the abundance, hopefully the positive abundance. That's what we have set our heart and the mind for. And here we arrive into 2020 in the energy of the unknown, and there's a lot of opportunities, and sometimes almost this desperate kind of the feeling of taking the leap of faith. So we are not here to left to defend for ourselves. We are here to left with a huge toolbox of what to do. Now, this Pleiadian alignment is one of those toolboxes that we can open and access this kind of the energies. Now, any of you who read my books in the Pleiadian code too, I have shared this abundance code, which go in a circle with you build your foundation on the knowledge, you access your wisdom, out of the wisdom you are led to your soul memories, and out of that you're creating energy for the positive abundance. It literally is the four-sided circle, the four direction, one energy connecting into another, one energy feeding into another, manifesting this powerful positive energy. I'm gonna stop here for the moment. All of us who literally joined through this message, we have been working for years of gathering ancient knowledge, of reading whatever books we can put our hands on, or maybe sometimes not as many, and then you rely on the channel information. Again, it doesn't matter from which source it came, or if you're just watching the beautiful, amazing Gaia, from which source it came, what it is, you are gathering the source of the information, which is the knowledge, right? Then you start sorting it inside of you, what resonates with me and what doesn't resonate with me, what kind of the knowledge I want to keep and embrace, use, utilize, and what's just not working for me. Something what may work exactly for me may not work for you. And it doesn't mean that it's the wrong thing. It means that we are just all wired a little bit differently, and we need something a little bit different. So once you sift through it and you know what's working for you and what doesn't, that is your wisdom. That is your very personal wisdom that you may have used for the many of lifetimes. So you exactly know what works. Exactly, when you're doing the healing, you know how you like to do healing and how does it work for you. If you love to use the Reiki symbol, or if you use only the color of the chakras, or if you're doing the healing with the crystals or the tuning forks or the singing bowls, you have that unique approach to it. In another metaphor, what guys, I very much like to use, it's like baking the bread. You know what is your best bread and how to bake it, what kind of the ingredients comes to it. So if you have somebody who come to visit you and you really want to impress them with your bread, you just go for that one safe recipe. That's your wisdom. Now it's the time to reach our soul memories. Now, Pleiadian share with me that we are coming to this time of the deep knowing. Suddenly, I think that this passage through Be at Home, because there's a coronavirus, right, going around. So we are more at home and sheltered and just waiting it out. I think that staying at home is a beautiful and respectful thing to do if you can, if you are not, somebody who really has to be out there and work, serve others, and so much on. So the rest of us, it's a very respectful thing to stay at home and enjoy this time of the life review and kind of looking back and really seeing what is working and what is not working, and where is it that we can be. With that, you have time finally to meditate or read that book that you wanted to and so much on. You started to remember, because there is just so much of quiet time. Before it came only at night, and because we are all busy, sometimes there's not enough hours to sleep, and then you forget everything you dream about, and suddenly you have more time. And if you really don't fall into this panic and the stress, it can be the most amazing and beautiful time of learning, actually. And so you have a time to read something or listen something, connect with something, and there's that deep knowing within you that you live in that time, that there is something that you remember from it. That is the soul memory. You may feel like you feel emotional, you start to cry, or get really happy, you get this warm feeling over you, or you are frozen in a fears because you remember, oh God, what happened to me there. Those are all your soul memories. In the ancient Egyptian pictures, the soul memories are depicted or drawn as a sun disk above the head. Now, of course, the sun disk would be connection to the god Ra, that they were very much connected to, but it also a source of your memories. It's like your special thing up there. If you look at the chakras, you may say that that 8th chakra is really up there with the source of the memory. So imagine that your source of the memory can be accessed like your pictures from the cloud. So imagine this is your cloud, okay? And you just need to have that right code to go into your cloud. Now, if you go into the cloud only by this when I go into the cloud, because I know I have the memory from this, and that. It's like, right, I have a cloud, I have my passport, and my daughter wants to go look at all those pictures, but because she doesn't know my password, she cannot see them. Just a hypothetical situation here. Same goes with your energy. You have to build up your knowledge, and you start practicing what's working and not working. This is literally your soul testing you. How much do you want this? How much do you want to change? How much you want to remember of who you are? Because when you remember who you are, once you reach your soul memory, you have no other choice than continue what you started. Now, this doesn't mean that you necessarily have to change the job that you had. You can definitely put this energy in any kind of the work job that you are doing, right? I talk about it a gazillion of times. But it means that you will have to live in that integrity of that energy and literally strive to do best with it. So your soul is waiting. It says, well, will you take your time and learn? Let's say if you are a healer, then obviously, you feel drawn probably to Reiki, then to another kind of the healing modality and another kind of the healing modality. There are many different healing modalities with various names and various techniques. However, ultimately, they all came from that one source of the energy, right? It's just how we call it, how we use it. The person who channel it or remember it, they give its own touch. So your soul is looking at it. Are you willing to invest your precious time in remembering who you are? Well, you are. Suddenly, and that's what you get attention of your soul. That's when your golden days start getting warm, kind of, your personal sun is warming there up there. And then it's waiting if you're going to start using it, because you may have a great knowledge, but if you don't use it, you don't get practice. The only way to make your abilities strong and better, it's by practicing them. If you use your intuition, let's say it this way, if you use the connecting with your chakras every day, or at least 3 to 5 times a week, and I sit and meditate with those colors in the chakra, you become so intuitive and able to feel many things that you would be surprised how mind-blowing this ability really is. And any ability that you would like to develop, whenever it will be the remote viewing or telepathy, you just need to practice it. It starts with this, I don't know if it's really happening. Then, they have to hit this little hits and the feelings, and then you start realizing, yeah, it is happening. And this is how it works for me. This is a very unique part for me. And it's when you get another attention from your soul, it goes like, wow, she really is investing her time in this, and she's really practicing it. She doesn't really wait, or he doesn't really wait for that miracle to happen in your lab. She or he is doing it. And the next step comes when these memories started to coming, the memories of your past life, and especially the life among the Essenes. That's the one I usually talk about, right? You can come, to different past lives that comes, or the time when you live in the Egypt with the Egyptians, or the Atlantean, and again, many lifetimes between, whenever there were the high vibrational lifetimes, or just plain down normal human lifetimes. It doesn't matter. Every lifetime has some kind of the wisdom with it, and it's something to learn from. So that's when you come to the soul memories. The first, when you assess it, you will probably experience this hit of these negative energies. And many of you that I talked to for the last 2 to 3 weeks, you've been experiencing it. You've been experiencing this level of this low vibrational, very negative energy attacking you literally, or downloading down, and you don't know if it is, something's attacking me. Am I under the, that spirit attack? Is this collective depression? What's going on? Am I afraid? What is happening to me? And once you realize that this is none of this, it usually goes away. This is the energy, it's a very personal energy. If you have a Kundalini energy rise, you may have experienced this in much violent kind of the way, because when the Kundalini energy opens, it's like 2 snakes opening up. The one is very positive, and one is the killer one. The one is with all that negative kind of the energy. It is not a negative energy to get you. It's just, it is there. It is part of your power, like it or not. It's the dark and the light merged together. And we need to be aware of our destructive power as much of our creative power, for the reason that we hope, all I would say as collective beings who are living here on the earth, that we hope that once we, spend the time in gathering the knowledge, refining into the wisdom, and finally reaching that soul memories, and that we will understand that we're not gonna destruct ourselves with our own energy and our own memories. The great knowledge is a great power, and that's why this is taking a while. So you have to get through the darkness, as the Master Taught says, you walk down into the deep depths of the Amenti hole, making it a little dramatic here. You walk down, or you walk up, you walk inside, whichever way you choose to, it doesn't matter, and you sit with that negative energy. It's not there to get you. It's just the awareness of it. Every energy in the earth splits into duality. And we naturally should be able to hold both of them, and again, to make good decisions. So then what we choose, it will be right. So I'll go back into the boat. So when we are on the boat, and if I choose to use my lungs and breathe in that sail, so I get a little bit ahead of the others, so I can reach the treasure chest first, I'm gonna lose it somewhere very soon. It's not gonna get there. Versus I'm gonna use my memory of the navigation system, to navigating through the stars, of the feeling the wind and know how I'm gonna do this. Sounds probably like a fairy tale what I'm talking about, but something like that. Find your own truth in it. So I wanted to share this with you, how this really works, before we're gonna go into these energies of the Pleiadian alignment, because this year, Pleiadians and our star brothers and sisters with other benevolent star nation, they ask us the anchor of the new energy, the anchor of the new intergalactic codes, which would be like a little seed that we plant into the earth. Now, 2000 years ago, Jesus Christ, Mary Magdalene, Essenes, they anchored the new consciousness inside of the earth. The new consciousness was a vast awakening into the fourth chakra. Before then, humanity really just thrived out of the first three chakras. And there were only a very few individuals who were able to master into the fourth chakra, or the upper chakras. I'm sure there were some of them, definitely, there are some sages and wise ones that we know about that were able to access that whole consciousness. Let's say the Pythagoras, who is like a I don't want to say the grandfather of the Essenes, but who helped to push all those informations and the teaching down toward the Essene line. There were definitely, individuals or the group who mastered that, but it wasn't common and it wasn't collectively available energy. So the Essenes, they collectively offered that consciousness. They planted the new intergalactic codes that the humankind, any humankind, not only the chosen one or those born with the right alignment of the stars who will be chosen for the training, would be allowed to rise in this energy. That's why the Jesus Christ was teaching that anybody can be like him. That if you learn, if you practice, if you devote at least part of your life to this path and the journey that focus on the individual growth, it doesn't focus on blindly following up literally anybody else. I mean, you can listen to guidance and you can learn from the other teacher, but ultimately the choices that you make and way of life you're living should be your very own. I believe that was the very simple Christ teaching. Love, simplicity, and giving you the power that we all have power. Now, every 2000 years, we are allowed to make this great mark in the earth. And we just reached that 2000 year mark. Now, I would say every single one of you who feels drawn to my teaching, to my messages, to my books, you guys lived in the Essene times. We knew one each other from there and from way back in the history, but the Essene times was the last time when we may have met, and we may have met in the past 2,000 years as well, but that was the one big bang that we were part of. Now it's time for another big bang, and that another big bang means to consciously anchor the energy that everybody can make the heart and the mind connection. We're finally coming into a very sophisticated, technologically sophisticated era. It's not a secret that we are coming in the time of the advanced Atlantean age. And of course, this is just the mere beginning of it. It is what it is. I know that many of us spiritual beings, we would be like, oh, let's just be in the nature and live our life and be happy. But we have to go with times, and it's time for change. Change is not easy. Many people in the past refused the change. Even the spiritual grown groups refused the change and kind of got stuck where they were, or slowly, very slowly follow up. This is a time for the change when you need to embrace the dark and light. Let's say that the dark is not really evil energy. Let's say that the dark will be just a masculine energy, technological advancement, and the light would be love, soul, emotions, and the connections. And we need to make sure that this connection is always intervened and very well balanced in the future that we are moving into. Thus, if the whole humanity, if these human bodies get this sort of rise of the level of the energy where we can easily make that connection between the heart and the mind, what it does, we make a conscious choices in our life. It's not only, I'm just in my mind because I'm very smart and I know what I want to do and I will make a lot of money and live in this beautiful house and have this high-tech technology and lights that turn by the click of the fingers. That's the dream of my son. And we need to be those who says, okay, I may have that, but I also connected to my emotions and how this is going to affect us. How I'm going to have a technology that's going to work with me, but not against me. So I'm going to leave that a little bit there. The heart and the mind connection, that's our next step. That is the new human who activate its rainbow body, because we're coming to the time when we are fully opening the 5th, 6th, and the 7th chakra. We have been for the past 2,000 years open to the heart, and we became these emotional beings. If you are a Pleiadian, we even became the emotional junkies for a while. Hope I make you laugh, because we are like very emotional and very about this and very about that, until we center and says, okay, there's much more. And let's connect it together now. Let's activate our rainbow body. And what is there next for us? That means that our body, our energy, our electromagnetic field shift a little bit. Perhaps it will help us to overcome some common or the basic illnesses, or there will be scientists and amazing ones who just come with a simple cure. Something like the penicillin has been invented into the 19th century that help us when we need it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's another part of it. We need to help to merge the medical science with the holistic informations and the knowledge that we have, that it can work hand to hand together, that if the cancer needs to be cut out of the body, there's a holistic practitioner who can investigate why did it even manifest it in the first time, what are the emotions behind this cancer manifestation. So there are many ways, there is not only one way or the other way. I know that we as a healers, we wish to be there, create a miracle and show everybody how we can shrink and it happen. And we have seen it happen, but it's not a common thing that it can manifest on everyday thing. And of course, cutting out the cancer of the body, you can manifest just like that. But because there are unhealed underlying emotions, let's say those cells are filled with some kind of the emotional charge, they may support to grow of it. So even the cut happens, the healing process is not following up as it's supposed to. So there is the harmony and cooperation. That's just a little example. I mean, I can go here with examples for a long time. And I kind of get a little bit sidetracked here, right? But I'm just so passionate about this topic, and the beings that I channel, the lights of the universe, which Pleiadians are part of. They have this huge group of the benevolent beings. They are passionate about it because they says we give you the power to change the world. We do not want to interfere in your life. We do not want to land the ship and make changes for you or anything like that. It would be against the free will of many other people. So it gives us this power, says, okay, we encode this energy, and then it can be assessed on the free will law. How do you do this? So here we come to this point. In the next few days, from the 15th to the 23rd, let's say tomorrow, the Friday, if you are guys in Japan who follow me, and India, and the Australia, and the New Zealand, and in the Europe, there's a big shout to you. I love you all. And you just, pick up from it and continue with it. You meditate, especially in the sun or the outside if you can. As the sun is literally shining off you, and I'm pretty sure we catch at least few days of the sun. Take that sun as the source of your memories, as the source of your cloud, and connect all the way up into the Pleiades. And ask, how do I anchor these new galactic codes? What are the codes that I can assist in the anchoring in the earth? And maybe it's just the energy you feel. Maybe you will see some geometric shapes. Maybe you will feel some particular crystal. And guys, if you have a crystal skull, try to meditate with your crystal skull. I definitely gonna steal one I bought last year for Tom. He's gonna let me use it. And I have never been really drawn to the skulls until last year, and I saw it in the store. I was like, oh my God, I have to have it. And I really didn't know why. And I have many crystals at home, but it really didn't come until actually today morning that information came that meditate with your skull. And I know that many of you are already doing it. So you can meditate with your skull, with your crystal, or without, sit there, perceive whatever it is, and send it out into the grid. Ask to be connected to the Christ Magdalene grid. Now, we Essenes, we have created this grid 2,000 years ago. We anchor it, and I want to tell you one thing. We have done a spectacular job of it. Now, through your self-memory, you may remember this sad feeling of becoming the end, the core group moved into the France and the UK, and a lot of Essenes stood there, and they have to dismantle and continue the life, or some teachers can go and move somewhere else. The life for the remnants of the Essenes was rather difficult. And before you go into that, oh my God, I want to thank you. I want you to realize that what we did as a group worked, and it's to see that. And many of you did not have that luxury to know it back then, and you knew it from that, upper higher state when you passed away and had a life review. But now you are back here, and you may wonder, and you have done an amazing job. So thank you for all that you went through all your incarnations. And here we are. So you connect with that grid, and you can filtrate that energy. You are the crystal. You are the crystal. You are the one who's anchoring this intergalactic codes inside of the earth. So all 7 chakras are activated. There's a very powerful meditation. I may actually record for you separate. When you feel when you build your rainbow body, you bring the energy in your red chakra from the earth, extend your auric field, or extend your chakra, build up the red auric field around you. Orange comes into the second chakra. It's a cosmic energy. Create an auric field. I can feel the plane is like record the other video with it, but I just want to quickly tell you this. The earth energy in the third chakra, yellow auric field. Fall energy into the heart chakra, green auric field. Earth energy into light blue throat chakra, light blue field. Dark blue in your mind, that's a cosmic energy. Dark blue field and the earth energy into violet, violet field. Now your soul here. Let's go to the eighth chakra, cosmic energy, violet flame. You are in your rainbow body. In your rainbow body, you connect to the sun, to the Pleiadians. What kind of the light codes? I am supposed to anchor inside of the earth, or imprint of my rainbow body inside of the earth. Sending it out inside of the earth, connecting with the Christ Magdalene grid. There are people now all around the earth, which I am so excited about, because I try to excite it and guide as many people possible as I could. And the gift with what I do is to be connecting with you all over the world. It'll make me cry. With the happiness that you guys doing it, you're energizing the grid, you're holding that crystalline grid with this positive energy. Now it's time to feel it with the rainbow, because the rainbow corresponds to our seventh chakra, which means the full whole body awakening. This new energy, we are learning to hold the spiritual ascension in our body. There are two ascensions, one is spiritual and one is physical. By the end of the life, you can definitely go for the physical one. But why not enjoy this life? Why not enjoy life with that spiritual ascension within your body, which means you are holding the fifth dimensional energies in the three-dimensional physical body, because there's just so much of job that needs to be done, so much of the businesses to build, the people to guide. We need the new doctors and the nurses, and we need these inventors of this new technology, and we need them all to have a heart and mind connection. So that is our job through the next few days. It's kind of going to be exciting. I'm going to spend a lot of time in meditations. If you don't enjoy this sitting, boring meditation, make it a walk. Go on the beach if you can, go in the nature. Of course, play it safe. Social distance. What times do we live in, right? Play it safe and work with this. And then there's gonna be a lot of harvesting energy coming, collecting energy coming into November. Of course, every energy and every new beginning shake up our foundation. Sometimes the foundation needs to be completely broken for the new to be built. Now, you know me, that I do not believe in the doomsday or the end of the days or so much on. I honestly believe that we came here to make enough shift, that we came here to land a sail through those seas and the ocean and navigate through the winds of the destiny and allow for some kind of the changes. When you want to make a change, you have to sail with the winds of the destiny. There's just so much of opportunity which way the earth can go, and it's up to us to choose, which is rather exciting. That's why there's all these scriptures saying that you are the God and the God is you. You are the ultimate creator. You need to find your own temple within you, which is within your heart, and make your temple a lighthouse, where your temple has that beautiful light on the top, and your temple will serve as a beacon of light for those who are lost in the darkness. Now, I want to thank you again for who you are. It brings me to the tears, in a very good and a humble kind of the tears, and excitement of what a kind of a good times we live in, what a kind of the opportunities we have to be in the assistance to this world. So I love you guys and have a fantastic week. Let's connect on the flying side up there, somewhere flying between the central sun up to the Pleiades. I love you and you have a phenomenal, phenomenal time. Love and light.